Hi, my name is John Stevenson. Welcome to the Guaranteed Retirement Guy Show. Today we're going to be talking about 401k plans offering lifetime income options and should you accept them versus looking elsewhere. All right, so since the Secure Act, a lot of corporate plans have been able to actually add some of these to the 401k plans. But before you click that accept button, there's a few things you need to consider. Okay. I think this is great. I mean, there's for the last, last 2 decades, it's been about just growth, right? Accumulation. But now they're offering some income options because people eventually need to turn it into income. And there's a lot of different employer plans that do provide this. And some of them already provided it and they were in different, maybe 403B plans, 457s. But I wanted to kind of show you, if you're looking into those options, you should also be looking at everything else in the marketplace that your 401k can buy. And when it comes to lifetime income, okay? Because if you're not, a lot of times, at least from my experience, people are getting far less than what they could get with the same premium if they had just done a little bit of research. So the pros are you can keep your money where it is. It's nice. It's very simple to do. But the cons are the income that you get is typically a lot less. And really, it's not that hard to purchase an annuity outside of that. You just transfer from the 401k to an IRA with the carrier. And then you have the annuity contract there, and it gives you usually a lot more income, a lot more benefits, a lot more growth, and it's now sitting in an IRA contract that you control. So, and the process is not hard. Okay, it's a straight 1035 transfer. It takes a few days for that. It's just really not hard, especially if you have someone like me that's doing it all for you, then it makes it easy. So I'll share my screen. I'll show you the options. But if you're just looking to research and you're looking for the best annuity options versus maybe what your 401k provider is showing you, then I would recommend just going to my website, johnstevenson.com. Look at the annuity calculators. If you're looking for highest income, I would typically steer you towards the income rider calculator because that will show you the highest annual lifetime payouts. And then if you're looking to purchase and you want my help, then there is a link to book a Zoom meeting right there on my website. Otherwise, you can go to the link below this video and you can do it there as well. So I always tell people, research your options, find out what's available before you reach out, because then you're kind of armed with that knowledge. You've done your research and you don't feel like you're going into it blind, like they're going to show you something that you don't know, because I won't. I mean, I'll show you everything. I've got access to all the carriers and the products, and I like to show everything that's available regardless of what my commissions are, just to make sure that you can see, so that you know that you're getting the best possible payout that you can get, and not be steered into something maybe that's in the advisor's best interest. Okay. All right. So share my screen and we're going to talk a little bit more into this. All right. So maybe you've got an employer plan. Maybe it's $750,000 in your 401k and they're giving you a annuitization option. I don't know, maybe it's 50 grand a year. Okay. 50 grand a year. And you're like, all right, they're giving you like 50 grand a year as a joint payout. But if you do a single payout, then it's going to be 60,000 a year. Okay. And maybe that is now, but maybe that is much later. It just depends on the employer, what they're offering. But typically what I've seen, it's a lot less than some of these income riders that we're looking at. Okay. So if you were, let me pull this back. So let's say you're 58 and it's a single payout. Okay. If it's joint, it'll be a little bit less, and I can show that to you. So, or use my calculators and you'll see. So the same thing, let's say you're 58 and a half. So you're going to wait till 59 and a half because, of course, you don't want that 10% tax penalty. So you look at that and say, okay, well, how does that compare to other annuities in the marketplace? All right, so you can see here's how it compares. These are all the top annuities. These are the monthly payouts. You got Equitrust, great company, 60 years old, B++. Then you got North American, 126 years old, A+. Midland, 120 years old, A+. Prudential, 180 years old almost, A+, and so on. So you got a lot of good options, lots and lots of options. Great companies. So it's worth researching. So you go up here and say, okay, well, what is the annual? Just make this a little bit easier. All right, so annual payout, let's say we're looking for A+. Well, I mean, it's so close. Let's just say $57,510, okay? Well, that's pretty good. So I'm getting $57,000 if I move my money from my 401k to an IRA with North American. I'm going to get 57 grand for the rest of my life. Okay. And if I am married, just pretend that you are, and let's say your spouse is a year younger than you. Okay. Will that change the payout? Absolutely. All right. So North American is the highest for that one. Looks like Equitrust didn't offer as high of a joint payout. But you can see Prudential moved up a little bit for the joint. So it just depends. It really depends on your situation, because certain carriers are better for certain types of payouts. So still, that was not bad. $52,000 for the rest of your life. Okay, this is if you wait 1 year. So again, in my experience, when I compare this to what the employer is already offering, it's usually significantly more. Now, if I was to say, well, I want to put $750 in, but I don't want to have to choose to take income then, what if I wait longer? Well, you can. Let's say you wait till 62. Well, you give that insurance company the money for 4 years. It's going to grow a lot more. They're going to make more money, and they're going to give you a lot more income. Okay. So now we look at this and say North American is going to give you $69,000 guaranteed for the rest of your life. Okay. Again, this is a joint payout. If it's a single, we already know it's higher. So how does this work? We'll go in here and we'll say North American. I give you my money for $750. Here's what they do is they're going to charge you some rider charges. See, there's the fees. But they're giving you something for it. They're giving you an 8% compounded growth every year for your benefit base. So at the end of 4 years, it's going to be $1,020,000. That's guaranteed. And that's multiplied by 6.8 withdrawal rate, giving you $69,000 a year for the rest of your lives. Now, if it's a single payout, this $1 million will be exactly the same. It'll just be multiplied by probably a 7.2, right? So then they'll give you a whole list of these when you get your contract. You'll see single payouts, you'll see joint payout rates, and there will be no surprise. You'll know exactly what the income is. Okay. You can look back and say, all right, if I wait 4 years, it's 69. If I wait 3 years, it's 63. If I wait 2 years, it's 57, and so on. So that's what's nice about these income riders is you can kind of look back and say, well, if I take income earlier, what will it be? Like it's nice to know what contractually what it'll be. Okay. And if you wait longer, you can keep waiting. I mean, you don't have to take a 62. So it's nice to be able to wait longer or take it earlier and not have to decide right when you buy the annuity contract. So, and they are still on top. So we'll go over here and we'll say it's $91,000. It's pretty good. Maybe you're waiting to take Medicare. So again, you can go back down. You can see some of these original amounts. See, 62, 1 million times 6.8 gives you $69,000, right? It just grows each year, 8% compounded. So if you wait 7 years, now it's 1.285 multiplied by 7.1, giving you $91,000. It's that simple. So, and there's no surprise. You can have a plan and say, I'm going to take it in 4 years or 5 years, but I'd like to wait 7 years possibly. So it's nice to know that you have the best annuity contract for that time period, regardless of when you activate it. So anyways, I hope this helps. I just wanted to kind of dive into this a little bit more with you, especially when you are kind of considering the options that your employer is giving you. Consider options elsewhere, because there's a lot of, I represent over 70 carriers, thousands of different variations, products. There's so much that is available, and you need to know about it. So in my opinion, just do your research. Okay, go to my website, johnstevenson.com, check out the calculators, and then if you feel comfortable, reach out to me. I'd love to help you purchase an annuity. But if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine too. Just go to my calculators and check them out. So I like to be transparent. I like to show what's there. And obviously I'd love to help you, but at the same time, I don't want you to ever feel rushed or like you're being pushed into something, because I hate being sold. I hate it. And I always share this experience I had last year when I was at a car dealership and I bought a new truck and I was ready to walk out. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not buying your extended warranty. I'm happy with this truck. I know it'll be fine. I don't want an extended warranty. And I told him that right from the beginning. And he still would not let me leave. He wouldn't let me even sign the paperwork until he could pitch every little option. And he kept on downselling it because I kept saying no. It took like 3 hours. I didn't get out of that place till 11 o'clock at night. I hate being sold. I cannot understate that. I hate it. I know how it feels. And so because of that, I make sure that people don't feel the same way when they get on a call with me, because I don't want them to feel like they're going to be pushed into a product. I don't want them to feel like they're going to be pressured. They're going to be like, oh, you got to do it right now, or the rates are going to go down. It's not like that. Okay. It's just, I'm there to help. And I really hope that you feel that. So anyways, hope this video is helpful to you in your search. And again, if you like the video, like, subscribe, share, comment below, and we'll see you next time.